Go.
Welcome to What the Fertility. We are so excited. I have my sister here, Courtney, on with us today, and I'm just excited. I feel like I've mentioned her on the podcast a lot, and I'm excited for her to be here. And we're going to talk about all things motherhood. And her and Kat are so similar, so I feel like they're going to have a million things to talk about anyway. But yeah, welcome.
I'm super excited. Hi, Courtney. This is so weird looking at
Hello.
both of you guys. I'm like not even kidding. Like your eyebrows are at the same level, and I just feel like it's like two people, like a clone. So welcome. Yeah, tell everybody
No one
what's your famous intro.
No one says
No one thinks you look like.
No one says that. And I
You
was
don't.
joking.
You don't in real life, but I don't
Yeah.
know why. Like right now, I just feel like you're at the same. You got your brown
It's
hair.
because she cut her hair to be like me.
So
Oh,
Like
that's
dramatic.
it's
so
like
good.
it's dramatic. But
She's dramatic.
no, it's dramatic because she wants to be like
Well, here's my sister. Welcome.
hi, thanks for having me. I feel like this I'm crashing, which is super fun. But I'm excited to be here. I'll give you just a very quick intro. And before this, I was joking around with Amanda. I said I should have written something down and then made you introduce me like the glue that keeps our family together, the love of my, like, just these amazing adjectives to describe me. And she was like,
You guys
are
are
you serious?
so different. I love this. This is
You know,
fun.
and
But
she,
I can't function without her. She's like what keeps my every single thing. I'm like, let me call Courtney really fast.
like,
Wait, so this is take three. So will you mention what you said? You said in your intro 5 minutes ago. You live down the street.
yes.
Yes.
So this is take three because of technical difficulties. But I'm Courtney. I am Amanda's older sister. We're around 4.5 years apart, but what's really cool is we actually have children the same ages, right? So while I'm older and wiser, we walk the same journey together in the sense of like milestones with our children. Proximity wise, we live very close to each other. We're like, I don't know, 7 minutes away, I would think. And
Yeah.
funny story, I talked to her one time about possibly being relocated for work, and she said, I'll never speak to you again. So
Yeah, it wasn't an option.
yeah,
She wasn't
I'm
allowed
stuck
to
here.
move.
So codependency at its finest.
Yeah, I'm
but-
definitely the baby of the family. It's very
oh
obvious.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Wait, is there more of you?
No,
No, but
us.
she's the baby of like
The
the extended family, like the whole
I-
family. It's like Amanda.
This is
You
all
know?
I can hope for my girls though. Like you guys are like the cutest sisters and like you, Courtney, weren't you part of like the big story about embryo adoption and like kind of like pushing
Yeah,
that?
I take credit for
She
him.
is the reason.
No, I take credit.
We
And I
know
bet you
that.
never even told anyone that. Like, I bet
No,
you,
she
I told
did. She told everybody on the very first episode. She said my sister
I
saw it
mean,
on the news.
I remember that. Yeah.
Because you listen. Yeah, I'm
Well,
sure.
and because you say your kids are the same age, so like I know Emmy, and then like don't kill me. I don't know your
Easton.
son's name.
You're a terrible friend.
Easton. Easton.
Um, it's okay. It's okay. Well,
I,
wasn't Emerson on your name on your list? Can
yeah,
I say
that's why I was
that?
like
Was
obsessed. I was
Emerson
gonna
on?
name Sophia
Yeah.
Emerson, and
Yeah.
then the reason I didn't. This is tangent, but the reason I didn't was because the whole Blake Lively thing happened, and at the end of the book and the movie, they named
Oh,
their
named for
daughter
Emerson. But I
Emerson.
named Emmy before that movie came out.
Yes, no,
So
I before. Yeah, isn't Emmy
yeah.
like 6 or
Yes.
7?
6. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Courtney versus Colleen Hoover. That's fine.
Yeah, I did it.
No, both of my kids. So I have two kids pretty close in age. Emerson, is 6, Emerson Hadley. And then I have Easton Henry. Kat remembers this. Easton, who is just turned 4 in March. So Easton and Ben are very, very close, and they're in the same preschool class. Amanda, the stay-at-home mom extraordinaire, does pick up, drop off, pick up from the bus, all of that stuff for me so I can work. So our kids are very close.
They're basically like siblings.
Oh no, they fight like siblings. And then like 5 minutes later, they'll cry when they're separated and say, I miss Ben. And I'm like, you're psycho. You just punched him in the face. Like, okay. Like,
Yes.
that's crazy. But yeah. And then my story technically is for how I got pregnant. Well, got pregnant the old fashioned way. And no needles required. So I'm one of the lucky ones. But my husband Quentin and I were just very fortunate in the sense that we've never struggled with any infertility, right? And I know firsthand how difficult that is, living it vicariously through my sister as a secondhand experience. But for me, I look at Quentin and I get pregnant, so could not be any different if we try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Personality wise, we're different, but also fertility, we are very different.
Yeah. I constantly joke and say that Courtney stole all of my eggs in the womb. That's like been my thing.
Yeah.
That even
She's
though
like,
we weren't
"You
in
took
the
them all."
womb at the same time, it was very different times, but I'm like convinced that she stole all the eggs.
Amanda went to
How is
medical
that?
school.
Like, I have so many questions. I want you to finish your intro, but like, I'm so interested on like how you guys mother differently, right? Like, I know like
Mm.
just like, and then like also just like having to support her through that. Like, that has to be so, as a sister, I was just talking about this with my waxing lady, like the jealousy there and like, especially jealousy or like competitiveness. I don't see that with you guys, but like, I would love to hear that after you finish your intro.
No, I mean that's my whole intro. We can get into motherhood because Amanda and I are two different moms, I think, because
For sure.
personality wise we're very different, but I think the way we mother, we have some similarities, but we also have some differences, and I approach motherhood a little different than my sister does, I would
Oh, I
say.
want to hear. This is so good. I want to know.
Okay, well, we could talk about motherhood and then we could talk about like
Yeah. I want to
everything
hear
that you
it.
went through. But okay, so for motherhood for me, so when I had my kids, so what's interesting is I called Amanda the stay-at-home mom extraordinaire, and that's exactly what she is, because I think I want to go on record. I think that's the hardest job that there is. Okay, I want that on record. I don't want anyone to come after me. But I work a corporate job, right? Similar to you, Kat. And it is very, very time consuming and energy consuming. And it was something, and still is something, that I've poured a lot of myself into, right? So I always knew from the get that I was probably going to be, if not the breadwinner, but a significant contributor to my family's finances, right? The way that it turns out, I've been able to kind of climb that corporate ladder for a very long time. And so I consider myself to be a high effort mom and a high effort employee. And sometimes those things battle each other, right? Because you only have 100% of yourself. And so giving 100% here and there, sometimes that they can't coexist. But I try my very best to have it coexist, right? And so my approach to, why are you laughing
I
at me?
just love you.
Oh,
You're such a good speaker. Like, I love this. This is so cool. This is fun.
She makes me
You're
laugh.
welcome.
I'm a corporate, and so I've always poured myself into working, right? That was always before I had kids. I always knew, like, I'm going to take this as far as I can take this, because for me, I don't love working, but I love the opportunity it affords me. Like, money buys time, right? So I can travel, I can spend time, I can pay for a house cleaner. Like, there's just things that is very privileged, but I know if I work hard enough that maybe I can obtain this.
Yeah.
And once I had kids, I wasn't the type of person that grew up and dreamed about motherhood. I just wasn't. I knew it was probably always going to be in the cards, right? And opposite of Amanda, she grew up and was like, I want to be a mom.
That was all
Why
I
do you
cared
think
about.
that is? Like, that's so interesting.
Like I literally, when Chris and I got married, I was like, I'm not working. You know that. Like as soon as we get like it was a very like as soon as I have a baby in me, like it's bets are off. I'm
And
not gonna work and I will stay
And that's
home.
so cool. Growing up in the same home.
yeah, and we had a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah, my mom
who
was
was super hands-on, and our dad was super hands-on as like a working dad too. But
You're just
I don't
like,
know. I just never thought I was going to get all of my fulfillment from motherhood. So I always knew that I wanted to be a mom, but it wasn't what drove me, which is different.
Yeah.
And that's why it's so messed up that I always said I wish I was one with fertility issues. But I think it's good that I didn't, because I would have been like,
wouldn't have
it's not the
kept
cards.
trying. She would have been like, okay, then it's not meant for me to have
I would have been
kids.
like,
I
amen.
work with- yeah, like I work with a lot of women like you, Courtney, and like
Yes.
I don't know if they've had infertility issues, but a lot of them don't have kids. And I'm like, it could have been by choice or it could not
Yeah.
be, but it's very interesting like that you say that, you know? It's like,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't think she would have taken all the steps.
No, I know I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Have. I would have been like, okay, well, looks like I'm a
We're
travel
about to
and
travel
be
everywhere and
the
be
richest,
rich as
nicest
hell.
aunt.
Yeah.
Like, no, it would have been amazing. If that would have been the case. But I'm very happy that I have kids. That's not what I mean. But I'm saying it would have been amazing, because then she would have been popping out 9 of them, right? If she was me, she would have been popping out 9 of them and been like the real stay-at-home mom extraordinaire, right? Because she would have been juggling. She would have been octo mom. Okay. this would have been a completely different podcast. This would have been the Octo Mom podcast with Amanda Bristow,
And
right?
love
Like
it.
it would have been different. But so when I did have kids, like so Emmy was completely planned. We actually conceived her in my dead grandparents' home in Florida
I didn't know you were going to say that.
during
I mean, I knew this, but the fact that you just
She's
said that.
trying to get the
During-
rating. She's already told me.
that should be the clip. During one of the Game of Thrones finale in a twin size bed outside of Miami, Florida, in Palm Beach, Florida, actually,
Emmy's
is when
gonna
we
listen to this
conceived Emerson Hadley. You're welcome, kid.
R.I.P. Nance and Grandpa.
At the first try, too. Like ovulated, boned, pregnant. Insane, right?
Wow.
And this is before we knew she had fertility issues.
That's
So
what I was
we're just
gonna
wham,
ask.
bam.
Like, did you think because Courtney like had no issue that you would?
Yeah, no, I didn't.
I didn't even thought of it.
I didn't even think about
Yeah.
it. I mean,
Wow.
because Courtney got married first, and then, like after we were married or whatever for like what I don't even know. Then I started trying,
Did you say
and so
6
I
months?
didn't.
6 months.
I didn't like think
6
anything.
hours.
Yeah, right. I didn't think anything of it at first, and then she was pregnant, so then I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be soon," and I just didn't even think anything.
And then Easton was a surprise. I don't say accident because we definitely were going to try for a second. It just happened earlier.
No, but you purposely. I will say this. She purposely was not going to like let it happen.
Oh.
Until we knew that for sure Ben was like here to stay. You made that very clear.
Yes.
Oh, wait.
100%.
How do they overlap? I know you.
So they're 4 months apart.
They're 4 months apart.
So after she was like in the clear, I was like, okay, we can bone, and if it happens, it happens.
We had this podcast when you were pregnant. You were pregnant too?
Yeah,
I was pregnant for delivery room. This girl made me sleep in a rocking chair in the hospital while I'm like rubbing her back, super pregnant myself with my second.
I don't think you understand that the codependency is a real thing.
And
So
she was like, "You're good, right?" And I'm like, "I'm good."
Oh my God, I love this. This is so cute. I want this for my girls. Okay, that didn't register.
Yeah, they're super, super close.
Yeah.
And when I got the COVID vaccine, I think that it changed when I was ovulating. And so that's when I got pregnant. So that was interesting.
Courtney,
So I just,
ratings are just going to keep the COVID vaccine. I'm going to lose my mind.
That's a whole other talk with us.
Sorry, I didn't.
I love it. You did your research. Okay. No, that's so funny.
Okay. So this is what I was going to say. So then when I had my kids, right, this is where I think it's going to get a little subversive, everyone. So when I had my kids, like I said, I was like very career focused, like had what I thought was a pretty fulfilled life. I had my kids and I was thrown into motherhood. And my 0 to 1 transition was actually very easy to me. It was like height of COVID. And so I was living my best life.
And we lived on the same street, which was so fun at the time.
You didn't have kids at that time, so you had like all the time to help, and it was like your first niece, I think, maybe. Yeah.
No. It was my on my side of the family. Yeah.
And I was living my best life because my office was like, "Don't come back." And I was like,
"Oh yeah.
Great." So I got to work from home for the first year and a half of her life, which was super cool. Yes. And so that wasn't a really difficult transition for me. It was, I think when Easton was born, I had this like, I don't want to say it was like a mental breakdown because that is pretty extreme, but I had this epiphany or this like moment where I was like, oh my gosh, motherhood has become my entire personality. And while that works for a lot of people, it is not fulfilling for me. Because what I found myself feeling was everything that I do is about my kids or talking about my kids or making sure my kids are okay or playing with my kids. And while all of those things were really important, I found that I was losing myself and I had no identity outside of mom. And for someone who had such a strong sense of self beforehand, it was very jarring for me. I was physically very unwell. I was like 230 pounds. I was not working out. I had no hobbies. I didn't feel like I had really fulfilling friendships that like shared common interests. And so I had this like aha moment where I was like, I need to change things in my life to be a better mom because right now, like we're bordering line of resentment.
Yeah.
And I never want to ever, my children are like the greatest gift and blessing, not a resentment, like not a burden. And if I'm starting to resent like my responsibilities and my privileges to be able to be with them, something's going on with me. And so I then, since then, have completely changed who I am and how I mother. I've
Yeah.
lost 100 pounds. I travel solo. I leave my family in Amanda's hands and my husband's capable hands to travel. I started hobbies and reading and Legoing and like just doing all these things, like exploring who I am.
And she's the best mom too. Like she's
Oh,
at
yeah.
every field
I think
trip,
the
like
fact the
all the
fact that you've like mentally registered that and made changes, like I've seen those
things.
changes from very like from afar.
Yeah.
I love like I needed to hear that. That's really cool. What do you just like you were just like really like mentally clear that you were able to like have that clarity, or was it like okay, I have a breaking point, like I have to change something.
Well, you know, it wasn't, my husband and I talk about this. Like, I actually was not the happiest person. And my kids could tell. I mean, like, listen, if
Yeah.
you are not happy with yourself or your marriage or your appearance or like just how you're doing things, you can think that you're being the best mom in the world. But your kids will notice if something's off. Like,
Oh
the
yeah, they
best
pick up on
thing,
everything.
100%. And like, my kids then started like seeing me go to the gym and they were like, Mommy goes to the gym. And like, Emmy would come with us. Or
Yeah.
like, I would travel. And I think it's important, especially having a daughter. I want my daughter to know and my son to see the example that his father leads is that
Yeah.
you can do it all. Now it's not going to be easy, right? It's definitely challenging and there's sacrifices, right? Like I had to decline a kind of important meeting to be able to go to the book fair for Emmy the other day, right? But those are choices that I make.
Yeah.
And I want them to both see that you can put yourself first sometimes as a mom, and there's no guilt behind that, and there's no shame. And honestly, it makes you a better mom. And so that's the kind of mentality that I have in motherhood. And I don't find all of my value as a person as a mother. It's not my entire personality.
Mhm.
It's a part of my life and a part of my personality, but I wouldn't say it's even the most interesting thing about me. And I think that might be a little subversive, but
No,
it's
I
true.
think so many people relate to that. Like, I feel like I'm like 50% of the way there, maybe we're like 50%. Like, I can't get past like the mom guilt. And I don't know if it's just because I'm still like in these like earlier years or what, but like I just like constantly feel guilty all the time. Like I want to be like that. And I feel like I'm maybe an in between you and Amanda, but Amanda, like what are your I don't even really know like your thoughts on that because you like you still kind of do things, but I also know that like Ben like you nurse for a really long time, Ben
Mhm.
sleeps with you. Like I don't know what that like independence looks like for you or if you even want it.
I mean, I just like I don't know. Like I think it's a lot easier for me to say this too because I stay at home. So I have the opportunities to do all the things where I don't have to like worry about
Choose.
a job or like, oh no, I have a meeting at this time or that like I don't have to take time off or worry about like so I have all of the flexibility and freedom that like and Ben is just so easy. So Ben comes with me everywhere. So
Yeah.
like to the gym, he comes, to get Botox, he
I
comes, to
know. I think that's
like
so cool.
I
I look up to you
just
at that for that.
I never stopped. I think that's like my biggest thing is I never stopped doing the things that I enjoyed once
She's
I had a kid. I just was like now the kid just comes.
Yeah.
Like
I think that's
to
cool.
lunch with my friends, to go to the coffee shop, to like I literally just brought him everywhere. So nothing changed for me. Like at all.
You make like so many good points about like you don't have the meeting to go to or you don't have to like it like that is like a whole like component that like I struggle with and my dynamic of motherhood's even like different because Josh is the stay-at-home parent, right? And so
Yeah.
like in your shoes, Amanda, it's like when Chris comes home, like imagining like Chris was the mom, right? Like
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
how does that like for me I'm like okay but I feel so guilty because Josh is home with the kids all day so if I want to do anything extra not only is that putting more on him but then he can't do the extra stuff and
No,
then
it's
like I shouldn't be doing the extra stuff because I'm not with them all the time. So it's so
yeah.
interesting that like there could be three moms on the show and we all have like
So
very
different.
different realities.
Oh, for sure.
I found that mom guilt is like a societal construct. Like I know that sounds crazy, but what I realize about myself is my husband and I talk about this and he's probably like the biggest feminist there is. But when I talk to him about this, I'll like get defensive almost like, right. So I'm traveling to LA in a couple of weeks to spend some time with some girlfriends, just some R&R unplugging time over Mother's Day weekend, right?
That is so cool.
And
I
he's
love a
like,
good
"Oh,
pair.
he's like, babe, do it, do it. Like you
Yeah.
deserve it. Have
Oh,
a
he
great
hyped
time,
her
right?"
up for sure.
And then I started feeling like I was defending myself because I'm like, well, it's only going to be like 3 days because there's a flight this day that takes up the whole time. And he was like, why are you doing this? Like,
Yes.
why do you feel like you have to defend this? And I'm like, okay, that's a reality check. And why do I think that? It's because external factors are telling me that I should feel guilty that I'm
Yeah.
leaving my kids. But if my kids are taken care of, they're loved, they're surrounded, they have their father, their
Yeah,
other
they're with
parent,
their parent.
right? They're with their parent.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to feel guilty. But I think there's this like pressure that we go through, right? Like, and even the term working mom. Have you ever heard of a working dad?
No.
Like, I use that all of the time. I
Yeah.
call Quentin a working dad
I love
because,
it.
like, well, because also I think it takes away from their importance as a parent,
Yeah.
right? If you just call them like they're a working parent, that's difficult for them too. Now, there's differences
Yeah.
between
Just the mental load, I'm
yes,
sure.
the expectations between he's not making the dentist appointments or the doctor appointments or going to the like school
Or
fair,
like
right? It is
ordering the
different.
freaking luggage I asked to be ordered 3 weeks ago, and we leave on Friday, and it is Tuesday to Monday, and there's no luggage ordered. I'm like, and he's like, it'll all work out, and I'm like, I am the workout person. Like I am the one that makes that happen. Yeah, but it is. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris is that in our family.
Yeah.
He's the one that makes everything happen.
See, that's
I just show up and I'm like, everything's here.
She's a kept woman.
I am
That's
a
what I
kept,
like to say.
I am a kept woman. I mean, he cooks, he cleans. I mean, and I stay home.
Yeah,
So
she'll call me at like 2 o'clock and she's like pissed I'm not answering. And I'm like, hey, I'm in a meeting. What's up? And she's like, oh, okay. What are you doing? I just wanted to
I just want to
know.
hang out. Like I want to chat.
I just wanted to talk. I'm having a
I
cup of
love
coffee.
it.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Awesome.
Yeah, in my perfect world, she didn't work, and then we could just hang out all day.
That's not my perfect world though.
Fine.
I no, that's just so cool. So like, and so your kids are now 4 and 6.
4 and 6. Emmy's in
And
kindergarten. She's wrapping that up. And then Easton is in preschool with Ben.
Yeah, they're obsessed with each other. It's so cute.
Yeah. And they're good kids. And you know what's really fun though is like I used to not have hobbies, and now that I have hobbies, like my kids, we went to Barnes and Noble yesterday after church, and Emmy's like, "Mommy, I'm like you," and is like sitting there with her book. So like your kids are watching, and it's
yeah,
like if you're an example to them, like that rubs off, right? And so
I
she's like, "I'm gonna be a mommy, and I'm gonna go to Spain with my friends," and I'm like, "Yes, you are, baby."
yes,
Like
I
that's
love that.
exactly
It's
what
so
you're gonna
funny you
do.
said that. I'm gonna send you guys. I was just editing this little reel like this weekend. Like Brooklyn wants to run in like the youth triathlon in a couple weeks, and she's like wanted to train with us
But
this
she's
weekend. So
She sees you do it, yeah.
we
And
did like the little running, and then she's just so cute, and she's doing like pull-ups, and she's like, I want to be like you, mommy, and like cheersing her little water bottle. And so that
stop.
does make you like, to your point, you're like,
Yeah,
she's watched me now for 3.5 years go work out, that's like normal to her. It's not like, oh, she's doing something for herself, which also
yeah,
is important. They should
Yeah,
see, oh, they're doing something for themselves, like you taking Ben to the nail salon, like, oh, this is mom's time to get her nails done. And I think that's a really important lesson for
100%.
kids too.
And could you imagine if they didn't have those examples, right? Like then I mean, who know like they model a lot of your own behavior and I just want my kids to know like it's important to be a good parent, right? Like I brought them into this world. I love them. They're my everything. They need to be well taken care of, but it's also good for them to know that there's a community that can help take care of everyone, right? Like so if you have family or like a trusted person, like it's okay to pour into yourself.
Yeah.
And honestly, it makes you a better parent.
A
And if
hundred
you have
percent.
an identity outside of your children, that's not dirty.
Yeah.
That's fine and that's good. And I think it's you're even more interesting if you do so. That's my stamp of get
No,
out
I
of
think
me
so
kind of.
too. And I
That's
like, just as much as infertility is not talked about, like that's really not talked
oh,
about.
it's
Like
not.
I think that's like less talked about than infertility.
Oh yeah. Well, because you what like there's this expectation that like once you're a mom, it's like your whole life is fulfilled, and I think that's true. But you were an individual for a really
Yeah.
long
And
time,
then
and you're
and then
still
you
an
hear
individual.
and then you hear about women and men when their kids are 18, 19 years old, like then what? Their
yeah.
marriages fell apart. Then they're like, who the hell am
Yes.
I? Yeah, and like
So I
so
do now.
doing
Yeah.
the work now so that you don't get there. Yeah.
Mhm. I
No,
agree.
it's huge.
It's it's something that I've worked on for a long time and worked to overcome guilt and just, you know, my style of motherhood is obviously not the same for everyone, but It works for me.
It works.
So
Yeah.
if people just like fell in love with you, can we share your cool TikTok that's pretty viral? Like,
Oh, well, Kat, funny you mentioned it.
oh, did you stop it?
I had to stop it because I took a new position at work. Um, so I had, speaking of hobbies, right? I started a TikTok a few years ago on Book Talk, because I read like 100 books a year. I'm a huge like fantasy and science fiction reader, just super nerdy. And I started a book talk, and that's how I met so many of my friends that I travel the world with, which is really interesting. I met people online and became like in real life good friends with them.
We can relate.
Insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, insane. But then I accepted a new position at work, a more senior position, and it wasn't really in the cards to keep those kind of videos going. So I have archived all of them right now, and we're taking a sabbatical on social media. That's what I'm going to say, a
Wait, what do you
sabbatical.
mean you archived them? Like you can't have your TikTok?
I archive them like I
Oh,
can still see them, but like if anyone were to go find
go on
them,
TikTok.
it would show that I have like 14,000 followers and 0 videos. Like it looks super creepy. But they're still there. They're just archived.
isn't that so hard? Like even with my stuff, like people from work start following me and I'm like, block on all my stories. Like how do I block
Pretend
you
like
from
you
like
don't know me.
No,
That's
me
right.
neither.
And I work for a large financial institution,
Yeah.
so it's like,
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I know. That's crazy.
I
But
know
never
it's.
mind, don't follow her.
So
Don't
never
ever
mind,
follow
no
her.
TikTok.
But you can find me on Instagram. Yeah, I'm cool on Instagram. But
Courtney Sika, right? Or
yeah,
Court.
I think it's Courtney Sika.
Yeah, I
I
think it's
still call
Courtney
Amanda
Sika.
Sika. Some Amanda, your last name Sika.
Oh yeah, Sika's our
So
maiden
many
name. I
people
never
still
changed
call me
mine.
that. I have like friends
You
that
didn't? Like official or
just
just
never
on
did it.
Instagram?
No, for real life. She never
Oh
changed
yeah.
it.
That just like that's you.
That just sums her up.
That just summed it up.
No,
Like we
Quentin
didn't.
and I, when we got married, we
Yeah.
tossed around the idea of picking a new last name together, like a family last name. He was like, "Wouldn't it be?" He's like, "Wouldn't it
That
be
is the
cool?"
most like you and Quentin thing though. So it's just like it makes me
What
laugh.
are
Like
the
I'm like,
kids' last names?
McCree. They're Quentin's last name.
I've never even heard that last name before.
McCree?
No, just like in our like friendship. Like I didn't
Oh,
even know that.
yeah.
Like I
That's
just
the
assumed
husband's name. Yeah, no,
never
it's
gonna
my
follow
kid's
him.
last name. Yeah, no, it's McCree. But we no, it was never even a
Thought.
thought
I
to
think this
change
is
that.
so mind
honestly, we
blowing.
tried to get him to do Quentin Sika.
Yeah, that was something, and he tossed it around, but he was like, I don't think it's a lot of paperwork. Honestly, I wouldn't even worry about it.
So my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, they combine theirs. They have the hyphenated one. So it's not like a
Oh.
foreign concept to me at all.
Yeah.
So we thought about that, but then we were like, okay, we would love Emmy to not change her name when she gets married, but if she does, what are we just gonna hyphenate? We're gonna have 9 hyphen. So we were just like, let's just keep it.
It would have been like
Yeah, like
right.
Sika, McCree, Jones, Vaughn. Like it
Everything
just would
is
have
like
been.
so mind blowing to me that like Amanda is the way she is, which is like very, I don't, is traditional. Would you say you're traditional, like in terms of like,
Oh no.
I have like a mix. So like
No.
I'm traditional in certain things I would say,
can
but
get
then and then I'm also like still not. I don't know. I think I'm like
I would say
good
I would say like they have a traditional marriage in the way that they run their marriage, right? Like I mean, I not to put you guys on blast, but like Chris runs their expenses and like runs the household, I would
yeah,
say.
even
And
know my login to the bank account.
I would say right, like she doesn't check it. She's like, "Oh,
but then
oh,
like
that works."
so like that's interesting though, because like he still cooks and stuff.
Yeah,
No, that's what I'm saying. She's a kept woman. She has a charmed life. This girl is like, I was like, "What are you doing for dinner?" She's like, "I don't know, whatever Chris cooks." I'm like, and I'm
like,
the cook in the family.
Chris
Like it's
comes
just so
home
funny.
from work and literally makes us dinner.
Because like
Every
in
time.
my mind, mine is like the very traditional relationship, but switched. Like Josh goes to the grocery store. Now this is like
No,
in the
Chris goes
last,
grocery shopping.
Chris does.
Yes.
No freaking way. I wouldn't have
See, I do
time.
that.
Yeah,
So
no.
I haven't gone to the grocery store and I can't tell you how long. He makes my coffee every morning and brings it to me. Now
Yeah, Chris
I
does
take
too. Chris makes my coffee every morning.
So what I'm hearing is I'm the only one that has everything on her shoulders. So that's what we're renaming this
He cooks
episode.
dinner. He makes
Courtney,
the
the one that does it
menu.
all.
He does all the laundry. He vacuums. I haven't done any of those things.
See,
And
I do like the day-to-day cleaning.
And
So
you're mostly responsible for child rearing.
I'm responsible for all Ben. I do everything Ben.
See, and I still do a lot Brooklyn. Like even today, like I took her to dance because it was time to pick up the dance costume. So like I drew her up to
Yeah.
dance. Now, he does take her to dance a lot, but like I pretty much do everything kids. I order all their clothes. I like
Yeah, I do all of that.
yeah.
Anytime Ben has an appointment or that Chris doesn't
Yeah,
know,
I do
anytime
all
of
that.
that or all
Yeah.
that. Anything school related, all me. I'm doing the ones for teacher appreciation. Like I do all of that.
That's tomorrow.
I know. So yes, but honestly though, too, I think a lot of it started when I got diagnosed with lupus, that Chris took a lot on
That's
because
Yeah.
I don't feel like it
cool.
used to be as much. But when I first, like, I think he then like felt like he was like just trying to help and take care of me.
Yeah.
And then you just got into
And then
that.
I'm like, this is great.
Amanda's like, we're not going back now. I don't care if
I'm
it's
like-
stable. Like, absolutely not. Where's my coffee,
Where's my coffee? I just
sir?
think this is so cool. Like everybody's so freaking different, and I'm sure
No,
people are
for sure.
listening and they're like, "Ooh, I'm like her. I'm like her. I'm a mix."
Yeah.
Like, I think that's really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And all of our
And
kids
I
are
think we're a
thriving.
mix.
We are mixed.
Yeah, we're a mix. I mean, like, I'll cook. I don't trip. Well, and it's even funny. I cook for like our family holidays. So Amanda will like
I'll host.
Amanda hosts, and I bring all of the food. Like,
That's
so
because you're type A. You probably also make the menu, and
so
you.
I do make the menu. And it's funny because I don't think I'm type A, but everything else about me says that I am. I don't know. I think I'm a bit.
No, she's type A.
I don't know. Because I feel like I'm
I've
chill.
seen
I feel like
things
I'm
that you have
cool.
produced. It is well above my psychoness.
She's type A.
Yeah.
I just think I'm organized.
But I
You
will
are
say, I
organized.
think you are like you have more room for flexibility still.
Yeah.
Like even though you're type A, you're like, oh, if something didn't work out, you can go with the flow.
Yeah, I'm a team player.
Yeah.
And if I'm going on vacation and someone else is planning it, that's fine. Maybe in my head, I might be like, would have done that.
Could have done that better.
Same.
But I can still go.
And that is my worst freaking nightmare, having to plan anything. I just want to like show up. We don't even have to have dinner reservations. Let's just like wing it. I'm like, whatever works.
I'm trying to make plans for next 4th of July, and she goes, oh, I cannot.
I'm like,
think
it's way
that
too
far
far.
in advance.
I'm like,
I'm
I have no idea what's going to go on in my life. How
I'm
do
like,
you
but we
plan
need
something?
but we need
I
to
don't
book
know
a
why
house.
I
The
haven't
best
accepted
houses.
that, Amanda. Like, why have I not figured this out yet?
Like, I don't think you understand how different you and I are. And every time you already have everything planned, I'm like, this stresses me out so hardcore.
You're
How
like,
does she function like this? Like,
this episode's going live on Thursday. Like, yeah, I was just gonna call Courtney. I was like, okay, but I'm so confused. Was I supposed to know about that? Like, was
I
I
was like,
supposed to
I would have been like, hey, are you free? Like, my brain just doesn't work.
I'm like, that's
And then-
fine, but I'm just like not aware.
No, I just don't think you get it. Like, literally,
No,
my brain is wired so different. I can't function with such like set schedule, like rules. That's like, I feel like I'm like restricted. Like, it's just like
But I
overwhelming.
would love to hear like our listeners' feedback. And I don't know if I've told Courtney this, but I think I've told Josh this. Like, I think it's so cool that like certain people gravitate towards you in the DMs, and then certain people gravitate
Do they?
towards me.
Yeah, there's like for sure different people.
Oh yeah, people
Who's the
are
fan
like.
favorite?
I just think that we like have such different personalities that people are like, oh yeah, and then like just like the whole like vibes are different. I love it. I think it's so cool, and I think it brings like such an added factor.
I feel like more people are probably like Kat because I'm just
No.
like
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like I'm just so
Amazing.
No, I feel like when you're like Courtney and I, like I feel like it can also be like just chill. Some people just want you to just like you want us to chill.
like please just chill out. I literally
chill out.
I'm like Kat just used to like it's fine.
You know what Amanda also doesn't do?
What?
And this is so off topic and tangent, but do you know my sister doesn't gossip?
Oh, I know. Well, that's because she's a Christ-like woman.
Do you know how annoying? Not that she's a Christ-like woman, that's not annoying, but the fact that she refuses to gossip rubs me. Oh, I get so mad. I'll call her with like some tea or some like just complaining, and she'll be like, I don't have the bandwidth for that. Or like, or she'll be like, I can't talk about that. That's, and I'm like,
I love that. Do you know
so
that?
then I literally just like I can't.
So
Like,
then I
my
have to
brain
gossip
is
to my
like no thank
husband.
you. I say no
think
thank you.
I think we get along so well because she's so much like Josh. Like I will like go off, and he just looks at me like, okay. And he's like, I'm like, no, you're supposed to talk shit with me.
No, Quentin is sat for the tea. Yeah. Like he'll say he's not, but then he'll be like, oh, but you know who's like that?
My husband.
Her husband.
Yes.
Chris wants to know.
Chris, I was telling Amanda some gossipy story on the phone one time, and Chris had to run into the grocery store. Do you remember this? And he goes, tell her not to say anything important. I have to run into this store.
Well, I know Chris is into it because he was like, "Girls, you're 54 followers away from 10K."
Oh,
You're
he
at
like
10K.
no, he literally goes all in. It's
I
so
love that.
funny.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else we want to share?
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. I mean, I hope I didn't.
Did you want to talk about how we parent different a little bit or no?
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about our parenting differences. Honestly, I trust Amanda more than I trust myself when it comes to parenting. She's the best, most chill, hands-on. Like, so I'll get frazzled even with my own children, right? Like, I find that I get like overstimulated, or like stop touching me, or like stop screaming my name, or like it's and I'm like, and then I have to like check myself, like, they are children, like you were the adult, you have to stop. And Amanda, unbothered.
I know.
Oh,
I just
no.
saw something about
No.
parenthood is more
No.
about learning to
All of the
manage your
time.
own emotions. And like
100%.
I've just been thinking about that for weeks. And I always have texted Amanda, like, how do you do this? Does it not bother you? I think we've talked
Not
about it before.
natural and not normal
Yeah.
how chill this woman is.
But it's
Like,
great.
no, it's amazing. She's just like, yeah, I could do it all. Like, she'll have like
Six
all
kids.
of our friends. It's like a sick joke, right? Because you wanted so many children. All of our friends will be like, can you watch my kids? Can you watch my kids? Like, she's like, I need a bigger car, not because she has 6 children, but because she's has everyone's kids
That's
all
so
of the.
cool.
And she's just like,
There's like never a day that I only have Ben. Like I always have someone's kids.
and she's just so chill with it. Like, madness could be ensuing around her, and she's just sipping her iced latte. Like no in the world. Like, she's just so chill. And so I've taken a lot of inspiration in the way that I parent from Amanda, because I'm like, I aspire to just be like, and she's a play parent. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not naturally a play parent, and she's naturally a play parent. But then she also has this amazing gift to be like, okay, now it's independent playtime. So you go ahead and they listen.
I want to learn all of that. That is so cool because I'm also
Yeah, I'll be upstairs and I'm like, Ben, like go play in your playroom. Like mommy's
love
doing
that.
laundry.
And my
I'm
kids
not
are like,
I'm gonna go
let
shower.
me get back inside of you. And I'm like,
Yes.
can you go in your room? You know,
Yes.
those 9,000 toys that you asked me to buy?
I-
They're all getting dust.
Yes. I
Go
read
play
this
with
whole
them.
thing about play parents and like we're not built for that. Like we're not built to do that 24/7, but then you feel guilty when you're not. But like for me, like last night we played lake and all the stuffed animals had to sit around a lake and we had to pretend fish and like after 8 minutes I was like
Yeah, you're
I'm gonna
done.
jump off the freaking
I'm
house
going to jump into this lake.
and
I'm
then
going
we
to
had to
drown in this
pretend
lake.
catch the kid and I'm like I feel so guilty. I'm like, but how can I go literally run for 2 hours and that is less effort for me than playing lake with your stuffed animals? Like that's horrible, but I love it. So I'm gonna learn from you, Amanda. But I think the
Yeah, but you know
balance is
what? You
cool.
you don't have to change who you are either, because you know what I found? I think kids are just like also just happy to be around you. So now I like include Emmy in things that I want to do. I'm like, all right, well, we can do things you want to do. But
Like
she's
Ben.
also a little cuckoo though, because she'll be like, let's play American Girl dolls. And then instead she'll have all of her American Girl dolls, and then she'll be like, Mommy, you can play with your fingers. It's so mean. And so then she'll have all of her American Girl dolls, and I'll be like, hi, I'm Samantha. And she'll be like, that's not your name. I'm like, okay,
Yes.
what's my name? She'll be like, your name is Josie. Hi, I'm Josie. And she'll be like, you're doing it wrong. So it's not always fun, you know? She's very
No, I read this. I
dictatorship.
read this thing one time that like each kid, like kids should have at least 10 to 15 minutes of uninterrupted time that they want to play, and you don't like question it. You don't like try and
Like the
change the
Josie
rules.
things.
You
Yeah.
just
Oh,
let
10
them.
to 15 minutes. I can
You
do
let them
that.
dictate exactly what you want to do, or however they want to do it for like 10, 15 minutes a day. And that's genuine. Like it just like fulfills like that. Oh, like mommy wants to play with me and like
I
let me do
love that.
anything I want. And
Look at
it
that.
works. I
You
mean,
can
I do
be
more
a
than
parent.
that, but
He's a
like,
parent coach. I'm literally
But
gonna
I'm
take
an
that
A
with
plus
me.
parent because I do more than 10 to 15. Is
yeah,
that when I
but
can
like,
clock out?
I'm
there's
talking like
no
hours
phone.
too. I'm like, okay.
You're not looking down at your phone at all. Like, put your phone in
Right.
the room.
Yeah.
And like, however they want to play, like, don't ask questions. Don't try and be like, let's do it this way. Like, do it
Yes.
exactly how they want to do it.
Yeah.
And then
And
what happens
apparently,
at 15
something in
minutes?
their brain gets fulfilled. I don't know.
Okay, and then at 15 minutes they're good, and then they can go do laundry with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, they stay downstairs. You do laundry.
Yeah.
What you mean?
Or Josh does laundry. Be
Oh
real.
yeah, sorry, I don't do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Come on. Both of you don't do it. I actually, it's life-changing. I've just hired someone to fold my laundry.
Oh, I've seen those services.
Yeah, she comes in once a week.
I used to have her here. She used to clean
God
and
bless.
organize all of my drawers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, parenting hack. There you go. That's one for
Have
the
you seen the
future.
people that clean the car seats too? They'll literally come pick your car seats out, pick the car seat. It's actually legit. You put your car seat out like of your garage, and she picks them up and does like the correct like full clean,
Like deep clean.
deep
How
clean.
dirty is your car seat?
I know, I know. I've never had that done, but
Uh,
she has
We're
like
booster
50,000
seats now,
followers.
so I think it's like
Yeah,
so
we're in booster
different.
seats.
Booster seats are way easier to like maintain than a true infant car
My
seat. Those
kids are
are
just
harder.
gonna sit in the dirt.
Yeah, honestly. It's no, but I would say that a man, who do you think's more strict as a parent? Believe it or not, you would think that I am,
No, I think
but I think
I'm
Amanda
more
is.
strict.
I think Amanda's more strict than I
I'm
am.
pretty strict.
That's why it works.
Yeah.
Because they know.
Amanda's pretty strict.
Did you hear the thing? It was like, I read the book Hunt, Gather, Parent. I've told Amanda this before. It's so good. You would love it, Courtney. And it says like, okay, what if you were on a plane and the airplane pilot was like, okay, guys, like we're gonna divert. The weather's really, really bad. And then everybody started like complaining and being like, no, I don't want to divert. I want to get there. And he's like, okay, never mind. We're just gonna go ahead and go. And then people are like, wait, what? So as
Yeah.
a parent, when you do that, they're like, your child's like not trusting you in your direction of like, okay, I'm gonna whine and they're gonna change, but then like, do they really know what they're talking about? So I try, but it's so hard.
Yeah.
I mean, Ben was just grounded this weekend.
Yeah.
Brooklyn's been in timeout twice today. So.
I took Ben. Ben lost TV this weekend in the pool. Like he went for the whole weekend
And he was sick.
because he ate a popsicle.
Oh, you
Well,
are.
we were on FaceTime. Well, it was kind of funny though because he like it was really early in the morning.
He hadn't had breakfast yet. It was like 7:30 in the morning.
And we were on FaceTime and he kept opening it and she goes, if you take a look at that popsicle, you're gonna lose all of your and he was like this.
And then he said
Good
it
for
was
you.
it was worth getting in trouble for. And I said, okay, that's fine. If that's the choice you make, just know there's a consequence. So
That's Brooklyn's attitude. So I need to do that because we probably wouldn't have
I'm a
followed through
sucker.
with the ground.
Oh
like,
yeah,
no,
I'm a pushover.
No, I follow.
You
I'm
can
like,
watch that show for 5 minutes. Yeah.
My kids are like, one
and
more
then he'll be like,
chance.
can
One
I?
more
Your
chance.
kids are notorious of the one more chance.
And I'm like,
she
okay,
says
fine.
yes.
I'm like, okay,
Why
fine.
they always
One more
say it.
chance.
Me too.
So it's like, and then I'll like threaten things I know I'm never gonna take away. Like I think I threatened Emmy she wasn't gonna go to Disney. Her ass was going to Disney. That was paid for. Like,
Josh
come
does
on.
that shit too. I'm like, Josh, stop saying that. It's
I'm
your
worse.
he's
You
like,
can't
I'm
threaten
gonna
things you really won't like.
Oh, I'll say I'm gonna throw all your toys away.
That's what
When
Josh,
she's like,
Josh is, I'm gonna throw all your toys away like every
Yes.
day. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, you're not.
You're not gonna do it. No, yeah. I mean, don't worry. I've like for sure had my fair share of doing it too.
I don't know. I think she's a pretty perfect parent. It's actually frustrating to see on the
I
outside.
am not. I am nowhere near that.
No, but so I would say that she's more strict than I am, but she's super fun and super like unbothered. Like if I'm hanging out with the kids, like my errands usually stop, right? Like it's not like I'm going to multitask and she's just like, all right, let's get on with our day. So she's a really fun parent. Yeah.
Mhm.
Same. I think that's so cool.
Yeah. But other than that, I think we're pretty similar.
We are, for sure.
Personality wise, a little different, but we get along really well. And she needs me. She needs
I call her a lot. I mean, like 15 times a day. Between her and my mom, there's like 30 calls, I feel like.
Oh,
Or like a constant text.
I know. And she was like, oh yeah, I talked to mom. I was like, oh, about like, did you need something? And she's like, no, we just talk all day. And I'm like, oh, I'm the shit daughter. It's been like 4 days for me. But
oh, I love that.
we're busy, booked and busy. But well, thanks for having me, guys. Do you have any other questions? I feel like I've talked your ears off.
I loved it. Like, this is my favorite podcast. We're gonna get like skyrocketed. COVID. What else did we talk about? Let's keep the podcast putting us on the.
Was your wax in this episode or was that
No,
in the
the
episode?
wax wasn't in this episode.
Oh. Well, Kat just got waxed.
Kat's gonna be looking good on her trip.
She got her coochie waxed.
I love you.
She got her coochie waxed. What else are we talking about?
God.
COVID, boning. Oh, boning in my dead grandmother's
I think we did
condo.
start there. Yeah.
Listen, you wanted me as a guest.
We did ask her
You
to come
asked
on.
for it.
How do
Okay.
we end the episode? Peace out. Bye.
Okay, thanks for being